All right, welcome to this video here where we're going to take a look at how we can estimate square roots of non-perfect squares, and we're going to use perfect squares, or what I call nice squares, to try to do that estimation. Now, I do have a video as well of looking at just using perfect squares as our benchmarks, but now we're going to bump into the idea of how can we estimate a decimal square root, and instead of just using 0 and 1 as our perfect squares, we can actually get a little bit more accurate with our estimate. And let's take a look how. So instead of using a calculator, we can estimate a square root using nice squares. And I talk about nice squares because they're not perfect, but they're really nice using perfect squares. When we have this decimal here, 0.3, we want to make sure that we always have an even number of decimal places. So let's make this 0.30. Okay, that's going to help us. It's going to become a little bit easier to do the estimation. Now, first step that we're going to do here is we're going to draw a number line with two benchmarks. So there we go. There's our number line. It has two benchmarks, one on each side. And what we need to do is, for those benchmarks, we need to take perfect squares, or I'll say perfect or nice squares that are above and below the desired root. Now, you might think, well, 0.3 is between 0 and 1. We can use that. We can go even more accurate. 0.30 or 30 is right between 25 and 36. And we know that 0.25 is the square root of, or square root of that is 0.5, and 0.36, the square root of that is 0.6. So now we can actually come up with an even closer estimate because we know these nice square roots that are decimals. And that's what we're going to try to do with this example here. So there we go. We put the square root of the perfect squares on the bottom of the line, and now we have to estimate where along the line the desired square root is located. 0.30, if you want to think of it that way, or 0.30, is roughly about halfway between 0.25 and 0.36. And here we go, and there is where I'm going to estimate it's going to be. You'll notice that I'm a little bit below half, okay, but it could be roughly about half. And so depending on what you decide to do with yours, you'll kind of make, you'll place yours where you want. Now, based on this location, we want to estimate the square root of the given number. It's going to be somewhere between 0.5 and 0.6. So our answer is going to be 0.5 something. And we're going to add that second decimal place in here. And I'm going to say it's either 0.54 or 0.55. You could choose one of those. That would be a really good estimate. Something outside of that might be not as good. But again, it's an estimate. And so as long as you're showing your work and showing how you came up with it, I'm going to be totally fine with that. Thank you for watching. I hope this has helped you. Have a wonderful rest of the day.